Okay, so basically, as a lot of you guys know, Josh and Katie put out this Your Couple Tea podcast a couple days ago, 12 days ago. I did watch bits and pieces of it. To say the least, I want to say it was very fair. Nothing too much that I could really say in this regard to like what they're talking about here. Obviously, we're gonna put this fight to bed and move on to the next one, but I think that it's also important to get both perspectives, seeing how 78,000 people watched this and didn't hear from me. So we're gonna watch a little bit of this. Like I said, I'm not gonna watch the whole thing because it's an hour long, but I think that it's only fair that we get honest takes out of both sides of this. Hats off to Josh, great win, but I'm gonna give my 2 cents on this as well. So let me know if this is good to go, guys.
I was like, absolutely, I would love to punch this dude in the face. And typically when I fight, it's never like, oh, I really want to like punch this guy in the face. But like this guy, no one seems to like Chase DeMoor, whatever it is. No one seems to like him.
No.
He comes off very like cocky, arrogant, douchey. And that's exactly what we experienced all week long leading up to the fight.
Yeah.
That is not entirely true. That is not entirely true. Yes, you come off cocky, arrogant, douchey, but like keep in mind, like Josh and Katie are family-friendly YouTubers, whereas like my role is more of that's just like my social media persona. So I think that anybody who knows me personally knows that I'm not a cocky, arrogant, douchey type of guy.
Josh looks so tiny compared to him, and Josh is like a big dude. Like
I'm
weird.
6'1", I weigh 190, 195 pounds, fluctuates.
Yeah.
And typically I'm either like on the taller end of people we're around, or at least like
You're never like a short
I'm never
guy.
short.
No.
But this man was 6'5".
Not
That's a
just
big
short,
dude.
but like chest body wise, like you look smaller. Like you just look a lot tinier than him. It was really cool.
To be fair, when they're talking about like size advantages and stuff, like I said, anything after 200 is all the same. When I got the call to fight Josh, it wasn't hey, listen, these are your options, this is who you get to fight. It was more of, I got a message saying, hey, I got a fight for you if you want it. And I immediately said, yes, I want the fight. I don't care who I'm fighting. I'm not scared of anybody. I want the fight. They follow up saying it's a dangerous opponent. This guy has 19 years of fight experience. He's got a few pro fights, this and that. And I was like, look, I've only had one boxing match. I just started boxing in June. I don't really care how much fight experience this guy has. I want to go against the best to see like where I match up against a guy like this, because size, yes, plays a factor, but anything after 200 is all one size. And then it's a matter of skill, how long you've been doing it, understanding how to pace yourself. And that was like the biggest thing in this fight. As you can see in this video, Josh has a black eye. I didn't get touched. That comes to the difference in size, because he has a lot of technicality, but at the same time, I'm long, I can hit him, whereas he can't hit me. The difference in this fight was, I don't understand the pace of boxing. I grew up street fighting. So understanding the pace of boxing, and I guess understanding like where your cardio resides, plays like a big factor into like how this fight is going to dictate, going down the road.
Yeah, we had an open workout.
Yeah, but Wednesday we wake up, we get breakfast, and we're like, we see Chase in the lobby, and we're like, oh, that's weird. They put the fighters in the same hotel.
Yeah.
So I also thought that was really weird. I had a weird experience even getting there to the fight. I remember that morning, I was like confused as to like why I saw so many people on the fight card in the same place, and I was like, surely they're not actually going to put us all in the same hotel. But little was I wrong, because when I went down for breakfast, it was the first time I've ever even seen Josh and his wife in person. So I wasn't really, it's not like I could go up to him and be like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, we're getting ready to have like this boxing match. Like, granted, it's just celebrity boxing, so it's not like, it's like super serious anyways. But obviously I didn't really know much about this guy. I don't really know like where his head's at. So I wasn't really going to just go up to him and make buddy with a guy I'm, fighting in 5 days. So I did see him that morning. I just chose not to like, say anything, because obviously I don't know him yet.
Typically for like fights, they don't usually put fighters in the same hotel, because like that's how beef starts and like actual fighting outside of the boxing ring takes place.
Yeah.
Which almost went down this week.
So we go to open workout, which whatever. At first, it's just kind of like, it's like awkward, but not really, because like no one really cares. Like you're just seeing the other fighter. It's not like you hate the person.
Yeah, so at the open workout on that Wednesday, this is the first time I ever talked to Josh. I got there with my team. All of like our transportation systems were a little bit off just because of like there's so many of us in one hotel and they only had so many vehicles. So I got there a little bit late. Josh was already in there. And I walked in there. I think the first thing he said to me was like, "What's up, man?" And I 1,000% looked at him. I was like, "Oh, how's it going, bro?" It wasn't like weird or anything. He kind of looked at me, and I guess we were on like a fine page. I think that told us both enough that we're both kind of just like, let's do this thing, let's box, like whatever. There's no really big issue at the time.
So it's
And
cool to catch up with all the fighters, announcers, commentators. Like they were all at this open workout, so that was cool.
it's funny because at the open workout, it was like me and one other girl that worked for DAZN, and then one of like Chase's like posse people that was a girl, and that's it. Or I don't even know.
Okay, it wasn't a posse people. I went there with my close friends, and he brought his sister. I wouldn't say that's like a posse thing, but like to be fair, the room that we were in was also like very small. And they didn't like give rules on like who was supposed to be there or not, and like we don't know what's gonna happen at these open workouts or anything like that. And so like nobody wants to sit at the hotel all day, so I just brought my people with me. I didn't know if he had people or if it was just his wife that he brought. So
I didn't watch him walk out, but he might have walked out with pit vipers on. I'm not sure, or they were Oakleys.
No,
but
no,
like same
no.
thing.
I think he had some type of like.
Oh, he had a mask on.
thing. But anyway, during the open workout, I first couldn't tell. Like I was like, I don't know if he's like joking because like he had sunglasses on. He wasn't wearing boxing.
I walked out in a very expensive uniform that my beautiful designers designed for me. It's a celebrity boxing. We're here for entertainment purposes. We're not Deontay Wilder or Conor McGregor. This is all for entertainment. So no, I did not walk out with pit vipers. I think I should have. That would have been absolutely hilarious. Maybe for the next fight I'll do that. But in the open workout, most people don't take open workouts seriously. They're just kind of just like mandatory. You have to get in front of a camera and the people, and you kind of just like hype up the fight. It's like another version of a press conference. But no, this is not a serious thing at all. I went in there and I was like, I basically had my gloves on backwards almost, and I was like laughing with my trainer. He's like, "We're not gonna take this super serious. Let's just go into this open workout thing or whatever, and do what we got to do essentially." So that was not a serious thing at all.
And like he was not hitting mitts hard, which I think he maybe could hit mitts
Yeah,
harder.
and to be fair, like he didn't do any warm up. He just hopped in the ring and started like hitting pads, and then like stopped. But it wasn't. It was his footwork was kind of awkward, but like.
But I don't think he took it seriously.
He didn't take it seriously,
and that's fine. Some people do that. Some like influencers, like they either like are trying to like show because like it's a little like promotion before the fight. Like you show a little bit of like your skill,
Yeah.
and some people like totally make a joke of it, and some people like
Like
they
for
take it
example,
seriously.
one fighter did it with his gloves on backwards, like
On
to be
purpose.
funny, but like he's a good fighter, Dean the
Yeah.
Great. Small gym, everyone's there. There's media,
They're
there's
just
cameras,
watching
there's
you
people
work
doing
out.
interviews. Everyone's just
Really
watching you
awkward.
work out, and then also your opponent, who you're about to fight on Saturday
Is
night,
watching you.
is sitting there staring at you.
So
and
that's-
just like commentating on every move. Like he was talking shit as I was jumping rope. He made
That is not true at all. I in fact did not acknowledge anything towards Josh when he was working out. I remember he was staring like into my soul, and so I was like, okay, I cannot sit in here and take this serious. So I actually ended up leaving, and the DAZN people had to come to Chipotle, which was right next door, and come get me out when he was about to be done, so that we could do the interview portion.
Some crap talk in fighting, it's expected, and it's like it's not that serious, it's not that deep, just because it's like it's part of the sport, it's part of the game.
I mean, to be fair, nothing he really said was like hurtful, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
in all the lead up to the fight, nothing he said was like hurtful or like that.
I don't think
Yeah, so like that's the thing is like I actually like Josh. I think he's a nice guy. Like I don't think he does anything bad in his life. He makes YouTube videos for kids. He's a fighter. He's a competitor. He's a fitness dude. Like I have nothing bad to say about Josh. I think he's a very humble guy. So the crap talk was more you got to promote a fight, guys. Like I think that's like the biggest thing. So like all of like his supporters, fans, whatever, in my DMs and tagging me all these like super hateful thing. I think it's all fun and games, but you also at the end of the day you have to remember that it's all like celebrity like boxing. It's not. I don't hate Josh. I don't have anything bad to say. I'm not gonna disrespect him. There's no point in that. I'm gonna poke fun at what he does. Yes. but like I'm not gonna say anything that's like, okay, like that, you know, you push it too far. You know what I mean? Like I think it's all fun and games. I think that's the biggest thing.
Like way too
Out
far
of
out of
line.
line.
Yeah, out
it
of
wasn't
pocket.
out of
Nothing
line.
was really out of pocket. Like it was all fair
Like he
game.
wasn't coming at you being like, you have the ugliest wife. She's
Yeah,
a
like
dog.
if-
But
and-
leading up, he had talked a little bit more crap, I think, on social media. We didn't
100%.
really like post or like roast or anything like on social media.
Yeah, totally.
Joking about the fight.
And like
that's
I said,
normal.
that's fair game. I mean, that's nothing.
No,
harmful.
no,
Like
no.
I'm not hurting his feelings. Like
Yeah, I never said anything like super extringe, I guess, on social media. I think it was more of like, I'm coming for you, Josh. This is I never, you know, I mean, nothing disrespectful by any means. So yeah, just fair promotion.
whatever. It's just like a little shit talk. And
Which you kind of have to
yeah,
to
so-
also build up like hype
Exactly.
for the fight.
and I just kind of said like I wasn't like that impressed, blah blah blah. Like I hope he's been training hard. Like this is gonna be a lot tougher fight than his last fight. And then he basically just went in total different direction and came out and was like, oh blah blah blah. Like I brought my shooters, pointed all
No,
his
don't ruin
boys.
the story. You gotta say the story good.
That is it. He said, I brought all my shooters. You came with your girlfriend. And then he goes, you put makeup on YouTube videos and make cringy couple lovey-dovey stuff. You're no proposal after this one. Yeah, that's really what he said. And
Okay,
I was
so-
like, what the?
Okay, so in my defense for all of these things, this is all fair game in talking things up. I said nothing that was untrue. I came with my posse, as he would call it, my shooters. It's a term that, you know, me and my friends go by. We're all shooters. Like this, you know what I mean? You tell us where to go, we're there. Doesn't mean like we're criminals and we're gonna come shoot you as whatever the heck that they think that this is. And then of course I'm gonna poke fun at his makeup gang, you know what I mean? And he made a comment saying like, yes, he brought his wife or his girlfriend or whatever, and he's asking like where mine is, assuming that I have a girlfriend that was supposed to be at this fight. So I didn't really understand that, but yeah, and I poke fun at the makeup thing because obviously, like, I don't know anything about this guy. He just said he had a makeup company. So, like, you know, I YouTube his videos. I see his girlfriend putting makeup on him. If I'm going into a fight, why would I not bring that up?
But then he's like, man, whatever, bro. I don't care. I make more money than you. I have more followers than you. And Josh goes, my dog gets more likes than you, bro.
The thing is, I hate about press conferences or
know
like
about
bullies. Like I feel like it's kind of like the
really
same
like
scenario. It's just like basically like just the louder, more like aggressive person wins that
Yeah.
scenario because there's no one like really stopping someone from talking over it. And like, okay, you have 1.2 million followers on Instagram. You get
No.
500 likes. My dog gets more likes on Instagram than you do.
He had 1 million followers. The next day after the press conference, he had 1.2 million.
Oh, Katie, what? Katie, if you're going to stalk my Instagram, Katie, you should at least know that I've been at 1.2 million followers for probably like 4 or 5 months now. Like I made a whole YouTube video when I hit over 1 million. So I don't really know where you were going with that or why you're so pressed about it. But yeah, no, Katie.
He
Million
went and
followers.
bought some followers. He goes down in followers every day. You can see it. And
I'm on 5 different TV shows, bro. Not to mention I have a pretty mass following on social media. On top of I play football, I'm a boxer, and I obviously do a lot of other things outside of that. I don't need to buy followers. I don't even know how to do that. I have a strong following and a fan base. Obviously, I do well for myself. So, yeah, I don't know where you guys are going with that. This is not like you guys built your reputation off of YouTube. I built mine off of TV. It's not the same. So,
Which mind you,
who cares? Like this
is-
has nothing to do with fighting.
This
It's
has
just-
nothing to do with it, but it's
But-
like if you're gonna say something, you're going to respond.
No, that's
Like,
what I'm saying. Like that's what's annoying to me because
not gonna
at
lie.
a press conference like that, it's like, oh, like people probably if you're watching that, you'd be like, oh, like what he said was true because like I'm not gonna sit there and debunk everything he said. Well, actually, your net worth is not even close to ours. Which he brought up in the weigh-ins as well.
Okay, wait.
You don't.
I actually I haven't looked up our net worth in so long, and so
And this is also Google too. It's not
This
even
is-
facts.
this is Google,
It's
so-
not even facts.
so
I don't know anything about you guys. Like, I don't know why they're even bringing this up. Like, he's the one that said, what do you own? He kept on bringing that up. He asked me that, obviously, and I told him what I owned. And then he brought, like, all I did was match what he was saying. I matched the exact same energy. So I don't know why he's pretending like he didn't even bring it up first.
I just thought that was so funny. I was like, yeah, you have more followers, but like, who has like an audience, like a loyal audience?
And what's funny is he
You guys are YouTubers. It's not the same.
actually tried to roast our audience too, which,
For being
the
young
JD
little
fam,
girls.
and which like kind of honestly, I feel like it just reflected everything he said just reflected his own like insecurities, like the money thing. Like I think he's insecure because
You brought up the money, bro. I've never like I own charities, bro. I give back for the holidays. I'm avid on giving back to like low income communities. I do it an annual thing. I take my friends and family on vacation. I bought my mom a car, a house. Like I have never once said anything that revolves around money outside of what you have said. So just so we're abundantly clear, I'm glad you do well for yourself, bro, but that has nothing to do with anything that we were talking about, because also remember that you were the first one that brought up that the only reason I was fighting was for a paycheck, so which is also capped. So anyways, continue.
He was trying to come at us for having young little girl audience, which first of all, even if every single one of you guys was 13 years old, what's that got to do with anything? Yeah.
it
You have
has
an audience.
nothing to do with
And he's
anything.
like, you just take money from kids. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Like every person, we also like, we sell things, we bring value, I think, in any.
And that's another thing is like yes, I have a team shop where I have my own clothing on there, but it's all optional. I don't ever promote it in any of my brands. I am big on, obviously I played sports as a little kid. I give back to a lot of sports programs. I don't ever charge kids for anything. I do free camps, free meet and greets, free football training seminars. I do a lot of stuff in the community that I don't talk about, nor do I post, because I think it's kind of cringe. In fact, if any of you guys go to my Twitter, you will see that even before this podcast came out, I had tweeted out my own personal email with options for people to email me, families in need, so that I could feed them during the holiday season, completely anonymous. So I'm big on not selling things to little kids. That was the one thing that I saw that they did that I did bring up in a press conference. So obviously they're going to talk about it because it was a solid point.
And he also tried to come for me for he was like, oh, I did it all by myself. Like you had to have a girl. Like
that's a true statement. I'm not making that up. I did do it all by myself. I didn't need a girlfriend or a couples channel. That's a fair point. That's not even a roast. That's a straight fact.
a couple channel. I'm like, okay, first of all, what does that mean? Second of all, you
All by
didn't do
yourself.
anything yourself. You just got on a Netflix TV show and you got pumped up from it. Like,
No, not true. Not true. You have to have some sort of credibility to even get on these Netflix shows. And not only did I do one Netflix show, I've done 5. I've done 5 different TV shows. So you can't really say that that's not hard work. So I don't really know where you're going with that.
like
Well, yeah, I was like, it takes one
what
thing.
did you do yourself? Like, what did you do that was so hard working? Like, you just literally.
You want to see? I got you guys right here. I'll show you something. And I feel like I haven't felt that. Oh my.
It's, you can't really be like, oh, it's so much harder working, because I was like, I don't know, you almost got put on this platform. It's like you got put on something
You
rather
went
than
to a
you worked
nice
for something.
island and hung out and got drunk
And probably talked to a whole bunch of girls.
What hard working was that?
2 points to this. Let's talk about one. I'm on United by Football on Fox, a season in the USFL for my pro football career that for some reason you think I rode the bench in. 2, I won the Netflix reality games. You guys can all find it on YouTube. There's like 4 or 5 episodes of that. I won that with a team of people. 3, The Floor is Lava season 2 with Harry and Taylor Holder. I won that as well. 4 was Too Hot to Handle, yes. And then 5, I have an undisclosed show that I'm under NDA that is yet to be announced yet. So I would not say it's a one and done type of thing. So anyways, continue.
And my favorite line, I don't know why, I just love that Josh goes, he's like, well, he goes, first, that's my wife. And then he goes, my dog gets more likes than you. And like, because he was
What is with this dog? Like, who is this dog? They keep bringing this dog up. I want to see this dog's Instagram page because that's impressive.
trying to say like he's so big. And I'm like, little old Topper, little old Topper has more engagement and more of a like people.
Because you guys care about engagement because you guys are influencers and I'm a TV personality. Like, I don't understand the relevancy here. That's the equivalent of saying like you guys do better in your job and I only do okay in your job and I do something completely different.
Real
normal.
fighters bring their family and their kids and their wife
Hashtag where's
and their
your
coach.
girlfriend? Because
Yeah, that was Joshy B's like
apparently
flat back apparently.
the dude from inside sources has a girlfriend, but like claims to not have a girlfriend. And
who is my girlfriend that they keep like bringing up? Who is my girlfriend? I don't have like, I don't understand like what his premise of that. I had a girlfriend for 6 years. I broke up with her. I went on two at the handle. I dated this other girl for maybe a month after that. But I don't understand like what they were talking about a girlfriend that they seem to think that I have.
And we happen to know the girl, but like just saying to you, if you're listening, you could do way better, girl.
That's where, okay, but I want to talk about this because that's
I'm assuming he's talking about Gab because they are all couples channels. Because I went to a couples retreat with Gab's boyfriend and him. I would definitely say that I don't really understand the roast there and like why he's saying, "Oh, girl, you could do way better," as if like I'm this horrible person just because we had a boxing match and I brought up makeup. I think that's a little bit crossing the line, a little bit disrespectful there. When, like I said, it was just like a celebrity boxing match for the entertainment of people, and apparently they can do better because we know a mutual girl named Gab, and I hang out with her often because we are friends. He went to a couples retreat with her, and now she deserves better because I'm not exactly sure why. He's speaking as if I'm some sort of like criminal, and I do so wrong in my life that I don't deserve anything. So that's again another low blow that I think is a little bit too far.
that's where I honestly, like, at first I was like, I don't want to bring up necessarily her name or anything because you guys probably know because we like her.
I was
we
just
like
asking
her
where
lot.
she was at because I was under the.
So again, it kind of goes back to how Gav was getting tagged in all of his stuff. We all know who he's talking about here. And he's not just asking. What he's doing is he's trying to get a reaction out of me because he knows that she's not my girlfriend. And he's just trying to find something to expose about it. Like I said, I think that was like a really uncalled for low blow. So I'm not really sure where he's going at with this. But anyways, continue.
The impression that was his girlfriend. I was like, did you not let her come? Are you scared to get beat up in front of her?
No shot you would ever beat me up.
Which maybe it's a good thing she didn't come.
But no, the thing that to me, and then when he goes, I don't have a girlfriend, I'm like, I feel bad for this girl listening to this, but I hope she sees that and realizes that she could do way better because that kid's never going to be what a girl would want.
The kid's never going to be what a girl would want. Never would have a master's degree, never would be financially stable, never would be tall, handsome, good looking, doing all these fun, successful things in their life and did it all by themselves without a couple channel. Yeah, a girl would never want that, Katie. You're exactly right. And I'm glad that you know her, Katie. I'm glad that you guys are friends, but like I said, I'm not really sure like what this low blow you're trying to take right here is, but feel free to run with it.
Yeah, so he was like looking,
paycheck.
he was looking around for any of his friends. I was like, I don't see any of them. And then you're about to walk out and Chase's people walk out in front of us. They're literally sitting right next to us, which normally like they don't put, I don't think they.
Okay, I remember this. My friends did tell me about this. They said that they were out there chirping and it wasn't just friendly banter. Katie here was apparently calling, and there's a video of it that I said not to post because it's damaging of brand, but of her saying some very not so nice things to the one lady that was in our group. And the guy that she's talking about that pressed her at the hotel afterwards, or pressed them at the hotel afterwards, was her brother that was saying that they don't need to bring their family into it, especially calling explicit names over a boxing match. So I know what they're talking about right here. But like I said, like I'm not the type that's going to go post the video of her saying what she said. But let's just say it wasn't very nice, Katie, and you know better than that.
They normally put like the families on the same
So
side.
technically
either.
with like fighting, you would never put like the families or like when you separate the tickets, like because the company gives us the tickets, like you would separate fighters tickets because like obviously there's going to be family drama, whatever beef, like
you're screaming for
it's
the other
fighting,
person.
you know, you're screaming like knock him out, punch him here, do this, like, and then people get like weird about it. Like there's always altercations like that during fights. so but yeah, apparently they were, well, not apparently, I saw it.
No,
they were sitting right next to each other, which was awesome.
So Ricky, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. One of our friends goes up and he asked.
He was just trying to bet the guy.
He was just trying to bet, and he's like, "Oh, like
just a
will you
friendly
bet?"
wager.
Like, he's like, "Hey, will you bet on your boy?" And then he's like, "I'll bet you $1,000." And then it got all the way up to apparently like $25,000.
They were just throwing money.
They were trying to talk, and the guy goes, he basically didn't want to say no, he's not going to bet him. He goes,
he said, "Bet your life."
He goes, "Why don't you bet your life?"
No, that's not true. My friend said bet 25K. He said bet in the back, and the friend didn't say anything after that. So this is all cap. So I don't know what he's talking about here.
Like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Bet your life. And he's like, "No, bro, like let's just bet." And he's like, bet your life. Like, wait, what? What do you mean bet your life? Like, what, are you going to kill him if he loses? Like, what does that even mean?
Over a celebrity boxing match. Remind you guys, like, this is so inflated. Like, none of my friends would ever say this. And I also wasn't down there. I don't know what was exactly said other than what my friends told me about what they were saying. So, like I said, there's two sides to every story and then what actually happened. So I'm sure this had to go both ways because I seriously doubt that a bunch of my friends who are also on Netflix would just randomly start attacking Katie and her friends. So
Way he starts getting so mad because we're chanting, we're hollering, we're like,
When you
let's
get-
go, Josh, like F him up, like not like we're just like hype, like you know, it's sporting, and we're like,
As you
let's
should
go.
be.
We're like, let's go.
that's fair. It's all fair. You should be able to chant in sporting events.
And then they're like, where's your girlfriend? Like all like the chirping because he chirped us so hard the whole week. And now Josh's squad was there, fired up, ready to go.
My boys, yeah, they get hype and like they're
Sure.
fire at talking shit. Like this is competition. This is sports. Like that's what if you.
They're all terrible at talk, and I am not taking any credit away, but like they're not the best shit talkers.
Because he talked so big about his shooter, his posse, and our whole posse's there. And
He's a This is a simple definition: all bark, no bite.
so anyway,
I hope he's not talking about me because, again,
whatever. Like we don't hate Chase's people. We don't hate Chase. We don't really care. But they're like talking crap. It's sporting. Like that's what it is.
Okay, like now we're all going back to the same place. We're literally gonna cross paths
But
together.
they
Like,
were
that's where it was.
they were
kinda weird.
acting like a far line was crossed, and I'm like, like what?
yeah, they're talking about the far line is back when I was telling you guys that they had told me that Katie here was saying some very disrespectful things about the girl that was in our group, like calling her very inappropriate names, and they recorded her on a phone and showed it to me and asked me if they should post it, and I said no. It's not that deep. It's not that serious to where we need to damage reputations like that. So while she's playing innocent here, she did say some very inappropriate things. I did see it, and that is why they were at the hotel waiting to talk to them and say, yo, that's not cool. You can't really say that about our family members, especially over a celebrity boxing match. So they know what they're talking about. And then his boy and him did apologize. They did squash the beef. They did say, yeah, that was a little bit too far, and they moved on from it. I'm sure that he had showed them they had the video of Katie saying this or whatever it is. But yes, that is what they addressed her at the hotel. Again, I was not there. I don't know. I was in the locker room getting my stuff packed up and leaving. I know that Josh did come by the locker room to check to see if I was okay, to check, congratulate the fight. There's no beef there, so I do give him credit for that. I was not around when he had came. They just told me that he had came very quickly, and then he had left. There was no cameras when he came, so I know it was very genuine, so I do appreciate that from him. But yeah, so that's what they're talking about.
What was said?
I thought like something like you can't come back from was said, and I go out there and ask my friends and like, nah, we were just trying to bet him like.
Yeah, so Josh doesn't know either. So he went out there and he asked his friends. His friends obviously aren't going to say what they actually said, but that's what he's talking about right here. He said he went out there and asked them. And they said, no, we were just betting. There was a little bit more to it than that.
I don't know, not even like disrespect to him, but it's like you can't really say like, oh, you didn't get touched. Like,
Yeah,
even
but the
you,
thing
like,
is,
it doesn't
like,
matter if you got touched.
The
or
thing
not.
is though, like, and I will say this, like, I do respect anyone that gets in the ring. It takes confidence and
Yeah.
balls, but at the same time, like, be smart. Like, like respect yourself and like
Don't
get better training or whatever.
Well,
And that's also a thing, too, is understanding you don't really know what to train for if you've never really been in that many fights. Josh here has an extensive fight background. Again, I don't think people are crediting that the fact that nobody wanted to take a fight against this guy for 2 years because of his extensive pro fighting background, who stepped into influencer boxing and fought a guy that's only had one fight. You know what I mean? So the fact that I walked away unscathed says enough about my potential in this sport. And the second thing is like the first guy, I beat the heck out of him. Didn't really learn much. Josh, I landed my shots. I know what I did good, and I know what I need to improve on. Now all disrespect aside, you put me in that ring with some conditioning. I didn't spar before, even going into the Josh fight. I don't think I had a single spar. So, you give me some sparring, you give me some conditioning. And then we go back into that fight with a couple more months technique. And that's you know, whether you guys love Josh or not, that's you guys know it's going to be a completely different fight at that point. In this world of influencing boxing, which you need to help with the sport, just as much as you need these pro fighters, you have all these pro fighters that now want to step in the influencing boxing scene because it's a lot easier than these pro fights, because now you're fighting guys with no fight experience. You know, if I had the same fight experience as Josh, it's not the same fight. You know what I mean? So credit to him. Congrats to his belt. I think that's enough of my reaction from this video. That's my little tea on it. And, you know, I hope that, you know, he continues to win and be successful. But at the same time, just I hope that he understands that I'm training every day and I'm coming back for the belt, which is truthfully mine. And all of the supporters out there that watch this podcast, that's just my take on it. And whether you want to be salty or not about it, like I said, that's on you. I have nothing bad to say about him or his wife. Simple fair play, and I guess that'll be that. So with that being said, I'm gonna end this video, and we'll see you guys at the next one. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.